Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news, so hold on to your hats because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the Bills, defense, and honestly, for the entire AFC East. Rumors are swirling around that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers might be ready to tear down their roster and rebuild. And one of the biggest names potentially on the move is Antoine Winfield, Jr. Now I know what you're thinking. Winfield is a cornerstone in Tampa, one of the league's most versatile safeties with a knack for making big plays when it matters most. But with the Buccaneers sitting at a 6-5 record and facing some serious cap and roster challenges, it looks like they're willing to shake things up. And if the talks are true, the Bills could be right in the thick of it, eyeing a move that could bolster their secondary and give them that extra edge as they push for postseason success. Now let's dive into the details. Sources close to the league, echoing well-known insiders like Adam Schefter, suggest that the Buccaneers are signaling a rebuild. They're not hiding it anymore. Tampa Bay, with a cap space of around $15 million and a record of 6 wins and 5 losses, has been under pressure to evaluate their future. The team has struggled with injuries on the defensive side, especially in the secondary, with Winfield among those who have been battling injuries, specifically a shoulder strain that kept him out for 2 games. But beyond that, the bigger picture is that Tampa's defense is leaking points, allowing roughly 26 points per game, and the secondary has been targeted repeatedly, especially in the deeper passing game. What's interesting is that Tampa seems to be prioritizing their future cap flexibility, focusing on extending quarterback Baker Mayfield instead of locking in Winfield, whose contract is set to expire in 2027. By trading Winfield now, the Buccaneers could free up around $18 million, which they want to allocate toward bolstering their defensive line and adding young talent, especially after a run defense that's ranked 25th in the league, allowing 4 yards per carry. They're clearly shifting gears, looking to rebuild around youth and cap flexibility, rather than trying to squeeze out one more playoff push with their current roster. Now, for the Bills, this potential trade could be a real blessing. Antoine Winfield, Jr. is not just a safety. He's an elite ball hawk with a PFF coverage grade of 91. 4 in 2025 with 5 interceptions, 60 tackles, and 4 forced fumbles in just 12 games. His ability to read plays and make game-changing plays is second to none. He's a player who can elevate a secondary that's been surprisingly inconsistent this season. The Bills' secondary has shown flashes of brilliance, especially with players like Rapp and Hyde, but they've struggled at times with big plays and missed tackles. Bringing in Winfield could be the missing piece to solidify that unit, especially considering the Bills need to reduce explosive plays and improve their third down efficiency. Let's not forget that Winfield's stats are pretty eye-popping. At just 27 years old, he's already got 15 interceptions and 400 tackles in his career, with a history of making clutch plays in critical moments. In 2025, he's been especially effective against tight ends, with a success rate of 74% and an impressive 85% ball hawk read rate. His ability to cover deep threats, allowing just for 2 yards per target, makes him a nightmare for offenses looking to stretch the field. Plus, he's proven to be a versatile safety, capable of playing close to the line or dropping back into coverage, making him a perfect fit for the Bills' defensive schemes. Now, the Bills' defense has been a bit of a roller coaster this season, with injuries and inconsistent play creating some holes. The loss of Oliver to injury, combined with Hyde's recent ankle strain, has exposed some vulnerabilities in the secondary and front 7. But adding a player like Winfield would change the entire complexion of the defense. His presence would elevate the secondary's overall PFF grade from around 79.2 to well over 92.0, according to projections. That's the kind of upgrade that can turn a good defense into a dominant one, especially in the playoffs where every turnover and big stop counts. And let's talk about the impact Winfield could have on the Bills' playoff run. Remember, this isn't just about boosting the secondary. It's about bringing a mentality of relentless ball hawking and clutch performance. Winfield has a knack for making big plays in crunch time. Last year, he He was instrumental in the Buccaneers' clutch wins, and his ability to read Rodgers in overtime during a recent game shows he's a player who thrives under pressure. His instincts and athleticism could help the Bills create more turnovers, projected to increase by about 13%, which is crucial in a league where field position and turnovers often decide the outcome of close games. Now, I know some fans might worry about giving up a draft pick like a third-rounder in 2026, but when you consider the immediate impact Winfield can have, it's a small price to pay. Plus, the Bills have been aggressive in recent years, willing to pull the trigger on moves that help them contend now. The secondary success is critical, especially with the AFC East getting more competitive by the week. The Dolphins and Jets are loaded with explosive playmakers, and the Bills need to match or surpass that talent level to stay ahead. Bringing in Winfield would send a message that Buffalo means business to both the division and the league. Looking ahead, the trade could also be a strategic move to prepare for the playoffs. Winfield's experience, combined with his knack for creating turnovers, could be exactly what the Bills need to make a deep postseason run. Imagine him teaming up with Rapp and Hyde, forming a secondary that's aggressive, disciplined, and capable of shutting down the league's best passing offenses. It's a move that could revitalize the entire defense, giving the Bills a real X-factor heading into the final stretch of the season. Of course, nothing is set in stone yet. These rumors are swirling, and the trade deadline is still a few weeks away, but the signs point toward a major shakeup in Tampa. The Buccaneers are clearly prioritizing their future, and if they decide to part ways with Winfield, the Bills need to be ready to pounce. It's a bold move, no doubt, but one that could redefine the Bills' chances at Super Bowl glory. With a talented secondary that already features some promising pieces, adding a player of Winfield's caliber could be the final piece of the puzzle that takes Buffalo back to the promised land. And think about the legacy. Winfield, a guy who's already made 3 Pro Bowls, could finally get that elusive Super Bowl ring in Buffalo, helping to cement his place among the franchise's greats. The Bills have always been known for their resilience and grit, and adding a player like him would only strengthen that identity. It's a move that could inspire the entire team and fan base, fueling that unshakable belief that this is the year the Bills finally bring home the Lombardi Trophy. So as we watch the days unfold and the rumors swirl, one thing's clear: if the Bills can lock in Anton Winfield Jr., they're not just making a good team better, they're making a statement. They're saying they're all in, ready to fight for every inch and poised to dominate the AFC East and beyond. This could be the move that turns a good defense into a legendary one, and I, for one, can't wait to see how it unfolds. The Bills are on the verge of something special, and with Winfield in the fold, that future looks brighter than ever. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Winfield would be the perfect fit? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in the Bills' secondary? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news. Let's keep the passion alive, and as always, go Bills.